I record it. Don't feed me anymore. It's like tons of sweets here. Hey.
Hey, wait, I wanted to show you
Sorry.
something.
I
A
want to
surprise.
switch to
Are you
the
recording? Yeah.
wait a sec. Wait, why
Oh,
is it
fuck,
not
connection isn't good.
making sound from oh okay.
The connection is really bad.
How is it? Oh yeah, is it better now? Or is it same?
Shit. Can you like try now? Like now,
Yes, I hear fine.
okay, let's try now. Yep, it was very choppy for a second.
Yeah, it was. Did I record? Yeah, it's recording.
Okay,
Good.
wait.
Wow.
Mystery. Now. Can you see something?
What is
Yeah.
this? Oh, are you playing with the moving headlight?
Yeah, headlight.
Oh wow. We have mystery too.
I just put it off. Um,
Are you here?
yeah, I just gonna put it off.
He's not here.
Wait. So,
I don't know. He's doing something else. Oh yeah, he's back.
I saw a cat. Hi, kitty.
I should switch to the speaker actually. Wait, how do I do it? Like this?
Creepy. It reminds me of Bowie. Hey, Bowie. It reminds me of my cat.
Okay, switch to my headphones. Okay. And we have Buddha in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How is it going? How is it going there?
it's been crazy.
Yeah. Are you guys moving a lot or what?
I mean, yes and no. Like first 2 days, maybe we're like going back and forth, but mostly in the same region. But because also like I don't know if you know, like the election was happening.
I know idea.
So yeah, so we went to the
Yeah, I heard in the news today, and
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we went to see the rally, and we were like, because the objective is to film for her Niansu's performance, and like also she's making a film. So we've been doing a lot of filming, and today we went to a wedding from her cousin, and it started at like 6 in the morning, but we had to leave here at, I don't know, 3:30 a.m.
Wow.
So that was quite intense.
Yeah, that sounds intense.
Yeah,
It sounds a lot of fun, but a lot else
yeah,
sounds a lot.
yeah. But it's like really like a traditional wedding, and we had some
Yeah, I
gifts.
remember.
Like,
That's yeah. So it's kind of like those weddings are big weddings, right? Like I mean, long weddings, a long thing, right?
well, I think it's not long, but it's like the first part of wedding today was more like a private thing, and then there's like a bigger one. I think it's like later it's happening.
And did you have clothes with you to go to a wedding, or how you go?
No, I was just went like this. I was like, because I was not prepared at all, and I was like kind of embarrassed. But
You should
also like I'm
you,
just like a camera person, so yeah, I should have
you
put
should have
it.
you should have wearing the mask, like that's the
True,
yeah.
true.
Okay, so as you see, I have this one that does the last acquirement, like these robot lights, and I can control
Yeah,
them in faders. Basically, I can program with the guy here, and I can I can control somehow the light. Yeah, I can
Great.
control the movement and yeah. So that's one thing. One thing. Okay, how should we do this? Let's maybe just start with a practical thing. What do you propose?
Yep.
Let me open the maybe just copy paste that in the document.
Are you gonna do it? Because I don't have anything logged in here, so I can't
Okay.
really see anything. If you
But can
could,
you log? Will we like try to log? I mean, I will copy paste it there, but log in the just take your time and log because it will be useful.
because Google Drive, I think the document we made it public with a link, so you don't have to be logged in.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Like so, maybe I just send you the link of the tribe. I'll send you now
Yeah.
here in the chat. That's true. That document
Yeah,
should
maybe
be.
I should like set up like a Chrome, like another account or another browser, and then
Yeah, I mean, so
we
but
can have separate.
then we know today, like for the next days, like so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be good that you have your account because for other things will be easy.
Yep.
But try it to see if you can type there. Anonymous dog. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So I will just copy paste what you propose. Doo.
Oh wow. So it's a list of elements.
Yeah, try maybe read this while I'm maybe take a look of that and also the under there is like annotation I did. Just maybe just read these two things.
Okay. Okay.
Did you read both?
So you have the list of elements and then the practice notation.
Yeah, that was the first day I did something. Um, a question like, did you check also? So far, I think I have done three practices. Did you did you check the second
Not
one?
yet. Second one is
Like there was maybe I just like I will just read reply from the links I send you. One is here. So this is the second one, I guess. Because I think it has more but okay, here. Second. And then next, so that's a 5 minutes time lapse. Then under that link, actually there is like the extended version of that.
okay.
So what I would suggest now is maybe take the 5 minutes to just watch it. This yeah the time lapse.
Yeah.
And if something comes up to you, so just take some notes.
Is this 360? Yes.
This is
Or
360. Yeah. Yeah, the time lapse is 360.
oh, so I should watch it on YouTube, not on the.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise you don't see the um where is
Mm, okay, I need the app to do it 360.
And
Mm,
you cannot see the, yeah, because I think so. I think now I understand the position of the camera, but when I recorded, I think you're not seeing me, right? You're not seeing the front.
I see it, but oh, I'm just gonna put the link. Did you already put the link in the document? Maybe you did.
I'll do it.
But anyways,
No.
I have it here. So I'm just gonna watch it on the browser on the computer,
Yeah, that might be, yeah,
so I
maybe
can
easy.
just move it around.
Yeah, that's easy. Ooh, I know I don't have computers. Shit.
Okay. So
Oh, okay. Um, let me try to. I will just like let me try to speak a little bit and tangled different things from different places, and then we come back together.
okay.
Uh, so try to make sense for this. How the my I see what is this? I know I'm in the document. So uh, this list of elements, I create two categories. Uh, one somehow what I see is kind of close to human, and the other one what I see related to tech. Also, if there is something that you want more clarification, just stop me or like,
Sure.
okay. Okay, so I hope that's more or less explanatory. Sometimes they're overlapping, especially, yeah, but I try to, in a way, put it in human and tech, and I did just this categorization of a separation of the categories just today. This is just something that I put today. Okay. Um, the way how I did the notation in the first practice. So that was the first that you saw, I guess. Yeah, not this one that you just watched, but I send you a link. Did you watch this also?
No.
I will just put the link here. Yeah, the mail would be good to check that. Go to him, your channel, videos, 3 days, 3 days, 4 days. This is the first one. And what is this? Second one. Okay. This is actually the, and I send you a picture of this. I will put it in. Oh, I could replace it with a chip.
Yeah. This
Okay, so
is
that's the first practice I did. I
okay.
mean,
The
it
day
is this,
before.
yeah, yeah. The day before I did two. So there is one actually that is before, but there is not too much happening. It's more setting up. This is has more content, I guess. Yeah. So check that. That's 5 minutes also. And this notation is based on that.
The first one.
On this, yeah. I mean, you see the link there, no? Like under in
The one you
the I
just
put,
put.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This, yeah,
Yeah.
it comes from there.
Checking right now. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
And how long is this originally?
This is 1 hour, more or less,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
roughly 1 hour. Okay. Okay, let me go back to my so the way who I did the notation was that I was trying just to I tried to separate the things between uh elements, but I don't know if I tried to indent it in that way as is I tried to put it like so the first thing that will appear is like so elements of what I call what or mediums somehow. Are you seeing the same thing that I'm seeing? Like
The
the
below
not
that ship.
notation? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will put first um what. So there's an example of mapping correction. That's what, and that will be, I guess, I don't know, it's an adjective or that's a name. I mean, I'm trying that's just a name. I'm not really good in languages, but I think that's called a name. So it's I guess the way how I was trying to approach it is like separated between actions. That's the thing that I want you to understand. So actions or how verbs, things like running, correcting, things that they are finishing the eng.
Mm.
Uh, something that in Spanish will be like it's called infinitives. It's like when you said corriendo, bebiendo, hablando, the
Yeah.
ando, this thing. Yeah, verbs, actions. This is the how, and but the how is always related to a person, a subject. So Naoto is watching the video. So it's always the action is related to a subject, or yeah. So an example here will be mapping what I will say the what are elements of mediums or the subject from where something happens. So the example is a mapping correction, and then what is happening is that from the mapping, uh, the action is I'm correcting. I was correcting the images.
Right.
Uh, and like this, I try to do the from the 5 minutes a fast. I try as much as possible to detach from something personally that I like, but just to describe what is there, basically.
You mean
So yeah,
to like when you review the video?
yeah. When I did the annotation, so I was trying
Mm.
because of course there are moments that I thought would be interesting. So perhaps I will just slow down, or if I will let myself, I guess, slow, stop, and try to think, and even come with a concept or expand. So I think the intention with this exercise of notation was to take distance from what I'm doing and just describe still interesting moments because I'm not describing everything, but just moments that I thought, oh, from here, from here, from here. And at some point, I'd put a plus plus, if you see, for instance.
Mm.
Like when I see this plus plus for me is that I thought there was something that perhaps might be interesting to just slow down there. Um, yeah, like when I was helping, like, yeah. So when I saw you meditating, when I was when Naoto video of meditation, so sitting from the table watching the laptop. Yeah. So there was just I guess there was in I just thought there was the composition of the image was interesting from me at the table watching you projected, because you were projected in the yeah, and you were projected in big scale, and just the image composition of that was interesting.
Mm.
Uh, so I guess that's what I put
Like a
the plus plus.
subjective. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, but there was something. So it's still subjective, but it still is something that I could, I guess, for some reason, not let it pass. Right. There's other point where I said like watching myself meditating. Um, so at some point, and I put there also in the what. So before the indentation, it says image composition. That's the medium, or that's the what, or the element. The element will be
Okay.
the
So the one start with the dash is the how. That's how you separate the. Yeah, I see it
if,
now.
if you see where up where it says what, so that's before indentation. So that's the element. That's the what,
Is
and then
without anything at the start, and how with the starting with the dash is the action.
yeah, when it's indented, yeah, is yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So in the second place where you see like the plus plus, I said, so it's about, so the what, the element or the medium, or what I think is interesting that we can start thinking is that I read it somewhere, but is to expand a little bit this idea of the elements as in something that is elements. Also, you can think it as an occasion. I mean, or situation, like a reason for something to happen, like occasion. Yeah, and I use that word from instead of using situation, because that's more concrete.
Yeah.
A situation already is more concrete, and it comes from, I think, from cybernetics text of Whitehead. This guy used this to somehow do this that I'm trying to do. So it comes from somewhere in, you can find it in, you can put it from where it is. So now that I'm reading different texts, like I found, okay, this that we spoke uh, in conversation, or just we find out in the practice, is actually is being written by people. Like as I send you this text of Deleuze about virtuality becoming these things that we use as people who already wrote of those things. So I'm trying slowly to start putting these things, because to write a text that will be easy to just, when people ask from where this comes from, then you can point them.
Mm.
Anyway, so this idea of, so the what is this what is about what we call somehow the elements, but also that's what I'm start suggesting also, that I start seeing these elements are situations or
Not.
occasions
Yeah.
for things to happen, like conceptually, to basically to slow down and expand from there.
But not
So in
everything has to be like revealed. That's what you wanted to say. The differentiating from the situation, that it's not like there to be like always revealed, but it's there rather.
yeah, yeah. So if you go back, like, so we go back to the text, it says, so the element or the occasion will be the image composition, and then how, so what is happening is that I'm watching myself meditating. So is, and so again, the occasion here, what I thought was interesting was in terms of image composition, when I see myself, because basically what it happens is just I record myself, and then I'm basically then I'm also screening my phone, like mirroring my phone. So I'm projecting myself while I'm recording, and then I stop it, and then I just play it, but then I get out of the projection of the image. So I'm at the side of the, at some point, I guess in the video should happen. Which one is this one? Practice. It's not this one. Ah, no, yes, it's this one. Second one. And at some point I did that.
You want to screen share? I can turn it on. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you want to do it.
yeah, sure. This one. Can you see this? Yes. Ah, no,
Not
not yet.
yet.
Share. Yeah. Oh, yes. Can you see my
Yes.
cursor?
Now, yes.
Okay. Okay, then because now I'm thinking, wait. Mm, actually,
Yeah, I was thinking like I think it was the different video, not the one you
yeah,
shared. Yeah.
yeah. I think so. I'm gonna put this. Yeah. It's true. This is the moment that I'm telling you. Wait, I'm just gonna. Yeah, yeah. But I think it makes sense that you watched because yeah, we were talking about different things. Okay, so this is not this, but this is this actually. Check. Yes. Okay. So yes, sorry about it, but just check that one.
Okay. So maybe because the call is ending in like 3 minutes, so
Yeah.
I will just stop it here, and when I'm done, we come back to the call.
Yep. Yeah,
Wait.
good. Hey,
Hello. So
I checked this like just this a parenthesis, like this is the interface that I that you have for Morina.
no, that's I mean, so the video I showed you, I made it like kind of derived from what I've been doing for Modena, but not the same thing.
Okay, that's interesting. Maybe we can talk on that another moment.
Yeah.
I haven't even. Can you send me the link of the thing you have as interface so far?
I have
Uh,
like I have different links now.
just send me one.
Yeah, I think I just changed the name. I mean, I made a fork because I didn't want to, one is like more like I was actively developing, and another one is more like I want to have like a kind of stable version.
Hmm.
I'm checking now. I think it's this Easy Hydra is the one that is a bit more like stable. I just put it in the um WhatsApp.
The hybrid talk.
No, in it WhatsApp. But if you could
Okay.
put it in the hybrid
I'll
talk, that would be
I'll
great.
just copy place. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm gonna.
because yeah, from this experimentation for Modena, I kind of wanted to experiment a bit more, and that's how I made the music video.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice. But yeah.
I
Let's
thought
let.
about it because you used like some like generative videos in the.
Yeah. No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought that perhaps that could be. But let's just not go there yet.
Sure,
But I
one
will
thing
put
at a
it here.
time.
I'll put it here in the elements actually. Yeah. We cannot chip Hydra. We cannot chip it. Okay, so going back, so now it makes more sense. Like the annotations like are based on the video that you just watched, right?
Right.
At some point you were projecting also the video that you sent me meditating. Um, yeah, okay, so that's the way how I annotate this. So wait, so I did this and then the elements, and then I have been basically playing with, I have just practices with from what I have. Something I did also that it worked actually. Mhm. What is this my video? Yeah. Um, is that the practice at maybe because it's fast you cannot see it, but in one of the practice, I think the second, the third practice, uh, the elements the way how I improvise or I practice was by selecting some elements. So what I did is I have, I think, 15 elements back then or 13 elements. And I went to ChatGPT and I asked, give me four random numbers between 1 and 15. And from these four numbers, I just, based on that, I uh, improvise, I practice with these four elements. From that practice is when I also start thinking on this idea of noise and information because as what you were referring when we were having this conversation when you were doing your exercise with the cards, said then I select certain things from. So one of the elements is the cables. So our cables that are basically are connecting to speakers, and with the cable I can do something basically
Hmm.
in space. So one of the elements are the cables, but the cables were not selected in the random selection in the score for the practice were not selected.
Right.
So, but then while I'm in the space, at some point I'm kind of, because they are so dominant in the space, I have to cross them on their cables anyway, often there. Then at some point they are kind of noisy in what I in a way kind of like, yeah, at some point, or I basically, so the score is to not basically do things with cables. That's the score. But sometimes I do things with the cables because I cannot stop the cable thing in my head.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So this is when, and then I start, and then I have a board. Sometimes I go to the board and I have one note that it says noise and the other one that says information. So somehow in my head, when I think there is noise, I just go and put uh, a line, a score. I start making a line when it's a noise or when there's information. And yeah, but sometimes when I was going to the board is with that thing in my head, like, is this noise or is this information?
Okay.
And then I go there. Um, and then okay, so and that's okay. So that's it. And the last thing I guess is, and then I have it here in my log, academy log. Like this is good. Find the chance. Okay, so I will just copy paste it. But here. So I think somehow I will like as much as I can. Or my feeling today or the last few days is that I want to stay between this idea of noise and information, and also this the between the virtual and the real.
Mm,
Somehow that's what I guess I feel. I would like to stay there. And so we are back. So and with this I finish what I was saying, and then we are back to then crying because I have just like no time to do anything. I feel
mm,
like yeah.
yeah, I see. Um, okay, so the way I feel right now, um, there's a lot of things like in the
Mm.
video and what you described, and so it's very difficult for me to follow because I don't know the whole process of 1 hour, and I just saw the time lapse. Because for you, you actually did it, so you know like what's coming next, more or less, when you watch the time lapse, right?
Yeah.
Because you know that okay, you started showing Naoto's video, and then you know that you will go to the curtain and you will touch it. But for me, I don't know it. So within this time lapse, it's so dense. And also like there's so many elements in the time lapse because it's 360 video that you can see around. And you can easily miss so many things while you're just navigating. So like, but this is like a question actually like coming back to noise versus information because there's so much of like more of a question of attention, but like in a way you're like hiding a lot of things because of like so many layers. You're not intentionally hiding, but in a way that if for the viewer, there's a lot of things that are kind of hidden if you just watch once.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, like I'm kind of missing a lot of information just by watching it because I could be easily distracted by the movement of the camera that I can move or your movement. If I'm just following you, that's like already distracting a lot. Mm. But that could be like something interesting. Like, is it something you want to make it more explanatory or like
So this
clearer
makes
for?
sense. I thought on that at some point. I mean, wait, two things. One, I guess, is kind of explain myself in the sense of, so my approach was like, as well also that way, I guess I didn't need to have too much feedback then, is I just wanted to experimenting with anything and not really think in too much in the logic. I mean, not too much in the context that I'm doing stuff. I just wanted to practice
Mm,
with spirit of a practice, basically. Meaning that in the practice we don't think more than, I mean, the practice of like, or practice is very self-centered. I mean, or is self counting you as part of myself. Uh, like we don't really have this context of the audience, and these are things that we
mm,
are just experiencing right now. So I wanted to explore with that thing. Just I wanted to experience to practice from what I understand is a practice. And then in this week, I start just to think contextually, what the fuck is that? So that's what that's the invitation today. So at some point, one thing that I thought was what you were saying of I'll actually in this border of information and noise in terms of composition, um, meaning that since I think one of the decisions I have is that I don't want to have a second screen. I just want to mirror my screen. It's an aesthetic decision I have, and also it's conceptually. Um, yeah, I want to expose anything that I'm doing. Since I work a lot with a lot of windows and a lot of different things. So, but it's truth, and I mean, I assume, or I thought, that that must be intentional at some point, and some points should not be intentional. um yeah, like if all the time is just many things happening, there is no differentiation between noise and information. Like, um maybe just try it, like I would try to put you in this, like this I guess somehow this idea of noise and information seen from the perspective of Cage and John Cage, and these people in the flux, around flux, and what people are writing on this not many years ago on that, is that noise, like, so normally noise is associated with chaos or with disorder, basically. um but when you use it intentionally, um it just opens the possibility for other things that can happen.
Mm,
But it must be uh regulated. If everything is just noise, you don't see it, there is not it's not very interesting. You have to modulate when something must be noisy, with when something must be very, I guess, clear or clean in terms of composition, to
mm,
create things that are interesting. Otherwise, it's just one thing. Um, Other thing around this idea of noise. Well, let me put it in my notes, because then I have it in my notes. Yeah, noise. When the content is not appropriate to perception, I will just copy there. Well, let me just first say it. So when the content is not appropriate to perception, or slash what is supposed to be good, right? When the content is not perceived as good or finished something, then it make us think, why is so? What is that happening? Why is that happening? And then it happens, this exercise of self-awareness that allowed to shift the focus from the content in terms of how good is done or not, shifting to a process, or the methods.
mm. Okay.
I will put it somewhere, because I think it's something that, I mean, these are my own words, or something that I hear, combination with things that I hear from someone.
Mm,
But it helped me in this. Wait, I just put it somewhere first. Noise. Yeah. I put it there. Yeah. So I completely agree what you're saying. Like, in this must be regulated. Um, yeah, but maybe just like give me
or
more feedback,
we
and
need
then
an intention. Yeah.
yeah, like, what is this thing? Like, I would like to, like, if we start like switching this idea from, also, from intention to relation, meaning that with intentionality, you always, I mean, it often is related with intention. There is like subject, or there is an individual that is attached to this idea of intention. Like, what is my intention in doing something? Um, well, I think if you put it in terms of relationality, is more is flat. I mean, the idea to work with this idea of relations, that's coming from phase and fields in mathematics. So I guess the main idea is to decouple this idea of intentionality from relation between elements.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the same. Like, sorry, I guess I'm saying maybe many things that you don't have to listen to all of them right now. But I want to, I guess, introduce them because we're working together in time, but you don't have to follow them completely. But it's anyway, yes, completely. Like, it's about the intention. Completely agree with you. Like it must, if the intention is clear, for instance, like the noise, at some point the intention is like there should be 20 windows open for a minute. And the intention is like to overwhelm the public. And then after that, maybe the intention is like to give the public some peace.
Right.
So I completely agree with you. I'm following. Yeah.
Intention or like more like a dramaturgy. Kind of. I mean,
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
thing.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So that's like one question, like what do you want? What do we want? Because right now there's a lot that it's hard for people to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
But if that's the intention, that's okay, right?
Yeah. But I have some like I mean, do you have some other if you have some other things?
More like aesthetics of like 360 video. Like one thing like immediately I thought was like it's interesting to have like long exposure because you're like moving around. And like if it's I mean we could do it with like post-processing, but to have kind of the trace of your movement. I mean, why? I just think it's
That's
cool and interesting to see it.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not really like, why, like, again, it's like intention. Like there's no really like intention, but just it looks cool. Um,
That's interesting. Like because it's almost like it serves like as a heat map, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think it's pretty cool. Like yeah, I'll put it just here. But then how would you can expose in the settings, can you do that? No, I guess in post you can do
No,
it.
you can post-processing. Yeah, like you have to like kind of like add a few frames together and you have to do some, I don't know how to say it. I don't know if like video
You know
editing software they
what
have
would be
something like
really
this.
cool? Actually, will be really cool with this one. I'm gonna show you one because that way I did one. I mean, it was not really a practice, I guess. I just on Friday. What is this video? I guess I have to open this one. What
What did
is
you
the
share?
video? Wait, I will share my screen. Share.
Oh, did I allow? Yeah,
Oh, disable.
should be fine now. Should be fine now.
Yeah. Okay. Share. View list. This was, I guess, this three. No, the first one. Let's try this first. That could be cool actually with this one, I think. This is just this is actually just a video. What? This is just a
Oh,
video? I mean, this is just a 4K video. I did now did
sure.
a contacts from this.
But you mean with the lights?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So because then what you I mean with this makes a lot of sense. I was recording for 1 hour, just the lights.
Mm,
At some
see.
point also I was running around.
Mm.
Uh, But I mean, but this is just something cool. No, this is like something aesthetically. Like this is,
Exactly. Yeah.
but so this is an idea.
You could make it in Touch Designer or something, I think. If, well, depends. I mean, it's three, if you want to keep it 360, maybe it's not easy, but you could also make a viewer inside Touch Designer. I mean, if you're
Uh,
not uploading to YouTube. Anyways,
well, let's put it just somewhere here, like the potential ideas,
yeah,
because this is just like because shut up. Um, so I won't call them like elements because this is more like something aesthetic, right?
right.
Aesthetics. Um,
Maybe
long
can you
exposure.
stop share screen so I can
Ah, yeah,
see it better?
stop video. Yeah, now so my computer is complaining. No, stop video, no. Uh, mm,
Yeah, I was about to like stop something different, so I asked you
uh,
instead.
start video and then how do I do this? Here my back. I know here. Stop share. Yes. Okay. Long exposure. 360. Okay. Um, let's. So what is man? I do okay. So kind of problems that I see like right now is that the time wise like in the way who I'm working I cannot do this in half an hour. It makes no sense. I cannot because the way who I doing it. So that's something that I have to consider. So on Wednesday also I will mention to them I mean what does that mean? Um so I think maybe 1 hour could be a little bit too much. But it could maybe something in between like maybe like 45 minutes. If I can manage to do 45 minutes, I will be happy.
Because last one was also like, more than 30 minutes, right? In the end,
Which one?
like in
Yeah.
December. Yeah.
Yeah, I know in December I was aiming it was more close to 40 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So time is one thing to address. Um, Other problem I see. How does this relates to my previous presentation, for instance?
Mm.
Um, Time. Um, yeah, that's one thing. How does this relate? Experiment with images. I want to see them. No, okay. Yeah, okay. I don't know, but how? Where are we?
So the other, okay, so not about where we are, but the other thing I wanted to mention, more like aesthetic or like kind of like a general comment, but also like it's interesting to think about like when I made it into full screen in YouTube, you can kind of zoom in and out, not just not just where you point, but you can kind of zoom into something or have it like a wide angle with 360 video when you play. And I mean, also you can do it in the Insta 360 viewer, right? You can kind of make the field of view changing in the preview, or you can set it so that you can render it later.
In the editing, you mean?
Editing or preview, or in YouTube viewer also, you can kind of like you can move it around, and also you can also play with the zoom or like zoom out, in and out.
But this is we are talking about like the video, no? What you saw.
Yeah,
Um, okay.
I mean
You
like aesthetics or yeah.
zoom, zoom. Yeah, because this is what you got access. Um, because what it will happen here is a performance, no? So like, I guess the recordings are so far are documentation.
Right.
It can be maybe I can decide to use it if it makes sense something, if I
Mm,
to use it, but so far I'm not using that as part. It's just a documentation.
I see, I see. Yeah. Okay. Right. No, I just wanted to say that that's something also, if people watching this as 360 video, that's something they can play with. And also like last few days, I've been using latest iPhone 15 Pro, and it has like several cameras on it that you can kind
Mm.
of go wide angle, and also like you can have like telescopic, like more like zoom in. And I've been like playing a lot with this camera, so that felt like not it's more than scrolling and just playing on the computer, but I can really relate to like embodiment. But that's about 360 video. So
There's one element I haven't explored that I want to explore. Um, is that wait, wait. To experiment with images, video, or photos of my body in other spaces, recordings to close up. So I today I have some recordings of that, like just close ups on my eyes and also outside, and because that's something that I guess we talked before, and haven't really explored that. I think I want there's one element. I don't want to put more things at this point, or I want to be really careful what is that I'm putting,
mm,
because I just want to start, as you said, like more thinking and yeah, more in composing or like thinking.
mm,
Like the phase of exploring was the last week, not this week. Um, but this is one element that I haven't explored that I want. I think it's something that I want to introduce, especially with the idea of virtuality, with this virtuality aspect of what I want to.
mm. I have my big banner if you want to go to Cologne and collect it.
You have it like they
But
give it to you,
which one? I mean, I
like
have a
which,
few banners, right? And now most of them are taken down. I mean, I think all of them are taken down, but
but they
they have it
save
at
it
the
too.
school. They have
So they
it and they
save it.
keep it. Yeah,
Oh, nice. So there's one that I am in one of those.
exactly.
So they save it.
That's in the KHM archive. Well, not quote unquote. It's actually in the archive. So my work is archived.
Uh, okay, wait. How to go about this right now? Um,
No, because I just mentioned this because I work a lot with my body, and this is also something I can kind of brainstorm a lot if you want to use like close up or like body
Yeah,
parts.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I think I want to try that today a bit.
Mm,
But you know what I will suggest? I mean, there was a lot of things that you have to that basically I'm throwing it into the space. I'm quite nervous because of the time, but because I feel that there's not too much time now. But
mm.
um, ah, let's practically speaking. Uh, you said like tomorrow is not good for you, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be on the road, so not sure.
So like about like practically what you propose, I think is we. I mean, we can keep it as like, but we have to see because maybe not every day. I need to have feedback because in the process
Mm,
that I am right now, I think is not. I don't need you so much as in giving me something back. I
mm,
mean, for instance, like how to say this. Wait, no, let maybe just. I will propose something. For instance, like if you can, that could be where that could be some place we can start going there. I suggest that you do if you do try to do annotations on on these time lapses that I have, but let's just clarify, let's put it in order. Like so there is annotation on this first video. Let me go back to okay, your channel. So there is the annotation on 5. Okay, so this is that was that. This is the third, right? And this is true. But it was from 9. Videos.
the the first one,
10.
like this one.
Which one?
Yeah, the one that I appear is this, right?
Did you paste it there?
Yeah, and the first one. So this is the three videos that I watched today.
Ah, yeah, okay. And there was and the first one I did the annotation. No, but I think that maybe just can I do
Just a
this?
second.
Like
Okay.
already I did this annotation. So like they
Right.
annotate these other two and trying to do it in this more or less. Can you tell me what is that you understood in the way how I annotate this to see if we understood each other? So go back to the notation exercise that I did.
Yeah, I get
And
what you mean. yeah, I feel more comfortable just do it on my own. I mean, I follow what you proposed. I see it from that perspective, but like because I if I do it, I will probably like figure out something on my own during the process. But I will
But I
follow
think,
what you said about the element and action.
yeah, I think that for me, like the most important is like just trying to separate the things from the element and the action. Yeah, basically
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But probably I will like figure out something from
Yeah,
there. I mean,
that's
yeah.
something around that because that clarifies like yeah, somehow. And something else that I figure out that I kind of like it now because I still struggling with the Insta360, but I don't want to spend time too much technically in things because I don't have the time. I just need to be on the space. Um, but I figure out, for instance, like if I do time lapse that they are working for me so far, then in YouTube, you can put it also slow. If there is something that you, for some reason you want to slow down, you just like slow down um, the speed so it works. Of course, is still a time lapse. Maybe I'm just gonna
Okay.
show you right now for a second.
Maybe we switch to a new
Okay.
call. It's finishing in 1 minute. So
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So
Got
you
it.
should be able to share.
Share screen. Um, this share. So it's still, it still is a time lapse, but you can reduce the speed until a certain point, which I kind of like.
On YouTube, you mean?
Yeah. Like, are you seeing my screen, right?
Yes. But what did you change? You changed it already, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
The
know what you
speed.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The normal would be. So what happened actually if I put it two? It's chaos. Yeah. So it works like for some reason, like yeah, it reduces a little bit.
Yeah,
So it gives more time to slow down the image.
right.
Uh, okay, so I propose like if you can do that, because then we can go back to this. Yeah, because I think
Yeah,
now,
if
yes,
I have energy, I will try to do three of them because the way you annotate and I annotate would be different. So that could be also interesting. But I don't know like how much energy I have. I probably have to do it tomorrow morning
yeah,
before we leave. So yeah, but let's see.
yeah,
For the two, I'll do it for sure. But also
yeah.
like we have to start
Also that
thinking
also my
like
idea, like to sorry.
yeah, like I was just thinking like the way like we have to think about like the way we how we collect annotation. Like for now, it's okay to keep everything in a doc, but for example, like we're already like uh confused with which video is which, and this thing like
Yeah,
if we want to have more videos, we need to somehow like be a bit more systematic about collecting videos and attaching
yeah,
annotation, something like
yeah.
Peacemaker, but not like
No, it's true. No, especially because, for instance, like for already we propose to do this with the practice archive. So yeah,
right.
yeah. So we need to find ways how, yeah, to do it more systematically. Then
Yeah.
when we have the opportunity, like for instance, like now there is this opportunity to do this because I have this specific thing with Academy. So I just an excuse. Then we just basically implement the methodology that we're already.
Yeah.
Uh,
To
yeah,
experiment. Yeah.
exactly. But it will be one tool that we put. Yeah, I think for the in the practice will be good. Like if we start putting tools that we can use, like
Mm.
the interface that you're working on. That could be a tool, that could be a tool that I could
Mm,
use here, for instance, because this is an opportunity for perhaps to use that. And like that, we could have other tools.
right.
So yeah, that's more like to keep on mind. But
I'm
so
curious
like
if you
then,
can run it inside the VR headset, the web page I made. I mean, the Hydra thing I made.
yeah, this is a website. Yeah.
Yeah. And you just have to select options. So it
Uh-huh.
might work.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
So then also how I did annotation was like, I guess it will be easier for you, but I just the way how I did it, because I was the person who was in the video, I was just trying to be flat and doing just really fast. So to not spend actually too much time in that.
Mm.
But I guess it's because I have the context also. So yeah.
So yeah, that's like for me, yes and no, because I would not go too much into detail because then, I need infinite amount of time to finish this. But at the same time, I need to be a bit, I need to take time to understand what's happening to have a context, right?
Yeah, I guess it will be, but we'll see. That's what I think will be interesting to see what it
Yep.
is, what you come up with. Um, I think I think I wanted to ask if you could, but you don't have your computer with you, right?
No.
Because I thought like maybe if I can give you images of this recording that I have on my close-ups, I thought if you could maybe edit something, but I don't know if you have the tools to edit there with that computer.
What do you mean, like editing?
Like I want to, so I have images from close-ups from my face and my eyes, and I thought maybe if you could put together one composition of these images, that would be useful. Because now they're just separate things.
Okay, so you have like different body parts that you want to put in
No,
the
not body
same
part, like
frame,
they're just different
or
shots, I guess, the different moments.
I can't really picture, so I don't know what you're trying to do, but
No,
um,
I think I record myself today in the room, and then I record myself outside, and then I record myself.
oh, I see.
So are different ones, and I think would be more easy, I guess. I mean, or one thing that I could use perhaps is also because I like the way how since is a material what I am inside, I'm very biased with. So I like the way how you edit the videos when the
Mm,
previous the in the previous presentation you edit, and in the way how you edit, I think you did a good job. I will struggle more because I am in there and I'm presenting myself in front of people here.
yeah, yeah,
So
I
then,
see.
so
So
that's
basically, for the video, you wanted something like your face, like side by side, and just in different
yeah,
context. Yeah.
just the yeah, just an edit of the images that I send you.
Right. Yeah, I will think what's possible. Yeah. It's just the thing is like Yensu's computer is like the storage is so full, so I can't really do anything to the video. So I think what I'm gonna do with this recording on Zoom, I think I'll just upload it on YouTube and I'll just delete it on this computer, and later I can just download it from YouTube because we don't need like super high resolution for the original one.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but this should work. But for video editing, yeah, I need to think what's possible. But for example, we could think about something with something online instead of like video editing, like loading it on Hydra or whatever,
And then just
P5JS or
record it,
something.
and then just screen recording that for a second instead of
Yeah.
rendering.
Yeah. I mean, then you could actually do it on OBS or something, just have a video source 1 to 3
Yeah.
and just record it as that. But
But then, so like think about it, like, and then just do that in the coming days.
Yeah.
I will just send you material. Yeah, I will send you material today. And
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I don't know how big the files are, but I can't really save them. So, but let's see.
let's see, like
Let's.
I think they should be pretty low because it's just like 20
Hmm,
seconds. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because I don't
okay.
know also maybe maybe it's more than 2 GB and then I cannot send it to you. We have to like so anyway, this is one idea. I will just put it here. I will
Yep.
need your help like to compose in the coming days. We need to find a way how to put one video from a close-up of my face.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Um, and I guess we didn't have really the time to talk of what the fuck is this, and I'm quite that's what I'm so stressed right now. But like that's what I propose, like annotate these things, then somehow it gives you a bit more context somehow, or it's an entry point to talk again of what I'm doing, and then we talk of what is that we want from this.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's one way of doing it. To be honest, like, I don't know if we really need to understand what you're doing. Um, hmm.
Okay. Do we need to like, but this is something like, do we need to, but this is could be great. I will just put it here. Do we like now to me? Because I mean, already I thought like we have to, but it's good that you said that maybe we don't have to understand what I'm doing. Uh, I mean, we need to understand, I guess, the way who I guess we're working. Um, right? So kind of like rather than the content, more the process or the methods of working with the content, if that makes sense somehow.
Hmm.
Because the content is really situated in what I'm doing by the
Right.
moment, my decisions, and also the way how the communication, like now we have to also understand that is a bit different. So, but it's totally fine as long as guess if we understand, we need to understand some things. We don't need to understand everything. I mean, speaking from you, like that you
Hmm.
are part of this process, like you don't need to understand everything, but you need to understand some things to communicate with each other.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, no, don't put this. Um,
But it's more about like audience. What?
okay. So that's what I said. That was a different thing. So you mentioned it as we as audience when you said like we don't need to understand what you're doing. You
I
said you were
mean,
saying it.
actually both.
Okay. Uh,
Actually, there are three things, like you, Jorge, me, myself, Naoto, and the audience.
no, but like no, let's not make like so. Let's put so far like in the let's put it now as there's just like Jorge and the audience. Like
Sure.
Naoto is part of Jorge right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I can be,
Like
flying between them. But anyways.
like Naoto is part of Jorge right now. Um, we are getting more abstract. So weird. No, this is fine. Um, so what you were saying is like the audience doesn't need to understand. Or wait, let's change the question to like what the audience need to understand. Right? It's more like that. What the audience need to understand,
Right.
right? What does the audience need to understand? Um, and again, so this is part of like we have to go back, but I guess we don't have time for this today because I think we should close
Yeah.
the call soon, right? It's too long already.
Yeah.
What time is for you? Yeah, it's been already almost 2 hours. What
Yeah.
time is for
It's
you?
but it's still close to 11. In Japan, it's close to midnight. So
Or
I
I
feel
mean,
like
like
gained
if
1 hour.
would you I mean, would you be okay if I said like to propose a small pausa and then come back to talk a little bit of what are we doing? Like some questions or
Well, I was thinking like right now I'm gonna work on annotation while I have the momentum to work instead of
okay.
like we discuss because I think we kind of like anyways we're kind of stuck right now.
Yeah, and it's long.
It's good to leave it and then come back in two
Okay.
days. I mean I think if I can call tomorrow, maybe I'll write to you, but I'm not sure because we're gonna be in the cottage and not sure if they have stable Wi-Fi tomorrow.
So what I will then let's say like then I assume that then let's just skip tomorrow, but I need that we go back to what part of the world we want to outsource it. Oh, what the fuck? Huh? What are the questions? We did something the last time we talked about this work. We put some questions, no? I cannot find them.
Maybe we have to come back in 2 days.
What are the questions? It's just like they want to just to make sure that we are in the same place. Dog Molina, what is the thing?
From when?
Questions. The last time that we talked, I think that um, we said that we need to have different questions. Like, and I mean, we have one video call where we put different questions and we write them down.
But that's like some time ago, right? Or is it?
That was in December. I mean,
Yeah.
while I was in Belgium. Layers potential statistics, this elements.
Yeah, I would say let's come back in 2 days and
No, but wait, because I just need like then in the meanwhile, if there's some questions that will be good, like for you to keep on mind, if you can give some answer or something.
I mean I've seen like different kind of questions, but there was like one scroll down, like stop, there's questions, but I don't know if that's the questions. No, it's just one question.
Yeah, what audience needs to engage with us?
I think we uh, I think we
I
had
thought
it
that
somewhere.
because I remember that I mentioned like what kind of art is this?
Right.
What where is that thing? What
Oh yeah, that was really recent. Yeah, it's just here.
where is it? Oh yeah, where is oh yeah, I found it. Phew. Just put it here, a fucking question, man. It's called questions. Questions. Didn't. Okay, so now to be our versatility and the project now to meditation. What kind of art is this? Yeah, so on Wednesday, I suggest that we come back to these questions, but in the meanwhile, aesthetics. Wait, let me just read it for a second out loud. What kind of art or the shape is this? We need to define this. Like, what is this fucking thing? Because cannot be anything, right? Cannot be a
Mm,
practice and a performance, or so the shape must be
mm,
start slowly. We need to start shaping the what is this?
yeah.
What do we want? I said, yeah, what do you want to tell the people? Narrative, aesthetics. What do you want to be narrative? Okay, so I think I'm overloaded also. But so let's go back on Wednesday on questions, and Wednesday already is like half of this week. Like, yeah, so I need to start like on Wednesday to feel that this is having some shape somehow because it's too open right now for me. I feel quite the
Mm,
presentation is Friday, and I don't know what I'm gonna present. Um, yeah, so I feel quite stressed right now. Okay, but let's come back on Wednesday. Like, just I guess the invitation is like keep in mind this thing of the questions. That's like what are questions that we need to solve. Like one question that we need to solve is what is this like in terms of the shape uh to do now to more questions, and this is the next three. What kind of art, what shape is this, and the other thing is what I think we just said. This is a question. Let's put it here. But does
mm,
the audience needs to understand? Yeah. So just for tomorrow, like, or just keep this in mind. If at some point there is something in your head that's based on the things also that you watch, then maybe there is a question that you're saying like that we need to solve, or to solve, or just to put out as a question. Uh, right? Because maybe we don't have to answer all the questions. Maybe it could be that a question might stay as a question, and the audience needs to understand that that's a question for the audience to answer, for instance.
right.
But we need to, so I guess the invitation is since tomorrow we are not going to see each other, it's just like keep that in mind when you're doing the exercise. Like, what are questions that for you as an audience maybe comes to you
Mm,
that we need to talk about it on Wednesday?
yeah, right.
Also because you're moving, you're doing different things, so you are fresh in that sense of you're seeing new things in your world right now. So at some point maybe something clicks in your head of like, oh, maybe this is something to talk, or that
Mm,
some kind of a question to bring into the work right now.
yeah. Well, so let's finish the call, but at the same
Mhm.
time, like I'm struggling a bit with like the idea of annotating and thinking about these questions because actually, I mean, it could be the same process, but it could be very different
No. Like, no,
process.
I can understand you. So forget about the questions today. That's something that you will do tomorrow. Okay. Like if you're doing the annotations today, like just separate, I think the two exercise, you can get very confused. So do the annotations, but don't, I mean, when you do the annotations, don't think of the questions, because
Right,
then you don't do something.
right.
The No, decouple
But
those two
then,
things.
yeah, yeah, I think that makes sense. But then the problem with the question is that, like, who wants to do the performance? Because I'm not going to do the performance. Well, I mean, I'm part of it, but you know, like, what's my contribution? Like, because it's really hard to situate it with this question because you will perform on the stage, but I
Mhm.
have to think about maybe, yeah, I can think about me being a director and, if I have let's say, freedom to propose whatever thing
Yeah.
that I want to do. Maybe that's how I would
No,
think.
exactly. Because the way who I see this process more now too is that um the way who I guess I need you in this process is like to reflect for me as choreographer. So I invite you to be as choreographer in the process.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I seen that the two of us, we need to find the shape of the art, basically.
Mm.
So we need to choreograph this together.
Yeah. I'll just keep it like open, but Minsu said something really important, like interesting question. Like she asked, well, it's more about the project from Modena, but like, what's the content? And I explained, like we're going to do like live coding and we have this and that, we have this practice. But she wasn't really convinced because it's not really the content for her, because that's more like methodology we take, but it's not
Exactly.
about the story that we want to tell. So, but again, this is not something we have to answer right now, and we have to come back.
No, but this is part of like at some point I think I told you this. I guess my house also was reflecting on that. That I start feeling also. I understand, I guess, from where it comes that comment. Um, said for instance, in the place where I am, like in the work right now here, like my content, the way who I'm trying to, I guess, like to couple that somehow is between this idea of noise and information and virtuality and reality. But that's really situated within my research right now.
Right.
Um, but yeah, the thing is like the practice somehow is like we propose the practice as an ontology. So, like for instance, like one piece could be uh, Modena maybe, but also like there is, yeah, it's true. There is not really content in Modena. The content in a way is you and me, guess somehow. It's like
Yeah.
it proposes an ontology. It proposes a methodology. It's true, completely. Yeah.
But
Um,
again, like I just wanted to put it out and not to answer right now as an option. So let's reflect on that, because yeah,
but
let's
that's
just finish
but that's the thing. No, but another thing because I also was thinking that I felt that pressure or I'm feeling somehow that some time ago, but in one hand I feel it, but on the other hand also I had started understanding also that this uh, that basically is like you and me in the space is yeah, this is it basically, and maybe is enough for some people or for some other people, but uh I mean, I think with like the core or what we call as a sandbox, the practice, I think that's something that is beautiful because this is just, and I also find it from some books that like people that I respect from books that I'm reading, they were writing of this that we create without knowing this, but we really create something that it carries all these words basically. Is something that is potentiality, is all these things, but because it's something that is shapeless, also it lacks somehow shape or content. Is nothing somehow because it's nothing until we do something. So you have to be in the space with us to maybe believe what we're doing or not, because what we are doing somehow is virtual. It's like we are creating magic somehow for 1 hour and then the magic dissolves. So, and it's magic basically. It's magic. It's some people believe in magic and some other people don't, but we are not really saying things.
Right.
We are not really saying too much. And I think that's the beauty. But I understand also why she says that she's right. That doesn't mean that we are wrong. But
No,
it
it's
gives
not
pressure.
about
But
right
I
or
feel
wrong.
pressure. Like I felt that pressure question
Yeah.
sometimes.
Maybe we just need to bring Colombian flag and Japanese flag.
and then just have a soup and just have a
Yeah.
soup like, but that's, yeah, like we should, I mean, like the Modena could be a case where we have to, it's like an instant, it's like if you instantiate from the object as like practice as an object, you instantiate something in Modena, and in Modena
Mm,
is something, but maybe we don't. We have to decide that also.
right. Yeah.
But totally,
Yeah.
completely, it makes sense what she's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's fine, like because I was feeling bad sometimes. Like, no, it's fine. We create something that I think is beautiful. Like, yeah, that's a methodology. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying my
Totally.
practice the last week here. It was based on what I learned with you.
Great.
Okay, so enjoy your time, and then we see each other on Wednesday. Um, do we have Molina also on Wednesday, right? I think so.
Yeah. So I don't know, like on Wednesday, I don't know how long we could
Wait, like we
call.
have. Can we go back for a second to speak of this really shortly of Molina?
You mean to
Yeah,
finish
the
the
Zoom is gonna
recording?
finish now. Yeah, this is gonna finish now. Yeah.
No, it's not.
No?
I think it's
Okay.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like 10
With the
minutes.
Modena? Yeah, say it about the Modena.
Mm.
Like, so I was thinking, I don't know what do they want, but I mean, if they ask me, like, we are not working, and also by contract, we are not working in January on the project. So what is the meeting for?
Oh, because they wanted to, but didn't they explain that to us? Sorry, my brain's not working anymore. I think it's just check-in because that was supposed to be in December, I think. But because they are having holidays, so they wanted to do it instead in January. That's it. And don't worry, like, I have some things that I made already, and I put it on Discord and they saw the progress. So we just check in about that, and that's
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
I saw it in Discord. Yeah, I haven't opened the link one time of your interface. I will open it, like of your interface. I haven't opened. My head is everywhere, man.
Same.
Yeah. But okay, cool. Do the annotations. If you sometimes if you see a Taiwanese cow and you think, oh, then you question yourself about something that is related to the work, bring it on. Otherwise, then come back on Wednesday and then we talk. Um, yeah, we need to start carving this. What is this?
Yeah, we might need to use the budget to travel to Taiwan and have the inspiration so that we have content from Modena.
Hey, but it's good. Like, so then Harold did what did he said to you? Like,
Yeah, he wrote. So
what did
he's
he
gonna send
propose?
me the contract, so it's fine.
But did he said like about the money, like to know how much this, like how much did he offer
It's good, I
for
think.
2 weeks?
Something like that, right? Yeah,
Okay,
I think
yeah,
I think it's fair.
yeah, like that. I think they're being a bit like with the resources like this time. I think compared with you, like he put some problems for some. I mean, I need to talk with him about things that I bought. Uh, but like, and also if you travel to places that are being, or at least this guy is way more careful that I guess that the person who was with you or something, they're a bit quite annoying with the
Hmm.
budget here.
It's all good for me. So
Okay. Did I ruin the like can we upload this then or not?
nah, it's like it's just a super long video, so nobody's gonna care.
Nobody's
So
gonna
that's what I,
watch it
that's what
here.
I thought. Like if they
Sure.
find it and become a problem, then
Yeah, and
good
also if
good
at the
job
end somebody's
following us.
watching this is like, yeah, somebody's watching this until 1 hour after, so good, well done for you. And the academy, like, yeah, why are you like? I'm not using no budget actually.
Oh
Nobody's
well,
using really budgets, like, not too much
because
compared to, I mean, the previous ones. I
the
think.
academy is broke. There's no more
I don't
fellowship.
know. Like I was thinking like that. Maybe is
That's a
I
rumor I
don't know.
heard from a few people. Well,
Yeah,
maybe it's not true.
I know, but I mean, but there is a huge cuts in funding, no? But I don't know if that affects the academy because academy is part of the government.
Obviously, yes. I heard
Yeah.
there's no more fellowship, so they have to figure out how to continue this. That's the
Uh,
last thing I heard from
Yeah, what I
from
know is
my
like
from my
the next
close
fellow,
friend
the next fellows, there are three, there are just three fellows actually.
already.
Could be that one of the reasons why this fellowship are we are just individuals and not groups actually.
Maybe.
That make sense. Yeah.
But
And then the
but
next
that
round there are
was
three
from
people.
some time ago, like from last year or something, right? Like the open call, and that was this round, and the next one was together or something.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
open
yeah, yeah,
call was, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
because that Yan is gonna doing this next round, right?
Yeah, she's the next one. Yeah, she's the next one. And I think they're just three people, the next ones. They're
Oh
just
wow.
three. We are five right now, and I think the next one are just three. Don't know why.
Okay. I don't know why.
I don't know. Ah, okay, fuck. Yeah, I need to get out of something. Okay.
Yes, do it.
Ciao, man.
Then
Thanks. See each other on Wednesday.
ciao.
Ciao.